Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be focusing on creating a look with the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. And I just recently got this on sale at Sephora. I know that it's a fairly old palette, but it's new to me. And I've been wanting this for a really long time. But since it recently went on sale, I figured why not? And I'm really attracted to the shades in here. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. And this is the eye look I came up with. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, keep watching, and don't forget at the end of the video to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see, and leave me a comment down below. Okay, so I'm starting with already primed eyes, and today I decided to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and it looks like that. The first shade I'm going to dip into is going to be the Pastel Melon shade, and I'm using my MAC 217. And I'm going to just pat this all over the eye. And into my crease and slightly above. Next, I'm going to go in with Fake Tan, and I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 17 brush. And I'm going to put that into the crease. And I'm trying to bring that up a little bit higher above my crease. Okay, the next shade that I'm going to go into will be the Exotic shade, and I'm going to use my Sonia G Crease 1. There we go. Just make sure that it's a dense, firm brush to easily pack onto the outer corner. So I'm going to start by packing this on the outer corners of my eye. And I'm going to try to create that winged out effect. Slightly drag that, not very far. Okay. Tad bit more to darken the outer corners. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, which I'm sure is some concealer. It could be any concealer, honestly. It doesn't have to be Tarte Shape Tape, but this is what I'm using. And I'm gonna take my Sigma E62, which is specifically for creating a cut crease. We're gonna do a half cut crease with this eye look today. I think it's much easier and I like the look of it better anyways. Let's see. I'm gonna start by placing a little dot, look up to where it makes that line so you know where to meet it, and slowly, carefully form the shape that you need. This is all about patience. I don't do it often because frankly, I don't have a lot of patience. But I love when I do this because it always comes out so pretty and really makes the pigment pop. I also don't have a lot of patience because I don't really have time to have a lot of patience chasing around a 10-month-old. Okay. And a brush like this with this kind of angle really does make, let me go ahead and make that clear for you guys. Really does make it a whole lot easier to do. You don't have to have one with that kind of shape, but it definitely makes life easy. It just needs to be a synthetic, I don't even know what that's called, but these orangey kind of tips like that usually tend to work better for cut creases. Okay. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and pack on the Mint Frost shade in the center of my eye using a MAC 242. This one is super old, so I think this is before they redid their brushes and how they make them. I'm not sure what they use now, but I've heard a lot of people say they don't like them as much as the older MAC brushes. But mine are super old, like 10 years old. I don't know how I still have them, but they work just fine, so I'm gonna keep on using them. All right, so I'm picking up some product with of Mint Frost with my MAC 242, and I'm gonna pat that into the center of my eye. And actually what I'm gonna do that I forgot to do and mention, I will, still using the same brush and the same shade and packing motions, I'm gonna use some MAC Fix Plus to spray that shadow to make it pop even more. Oh man, that is a pretty color. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is go back over the exotic shade again on the outer corners and just kind of blend those two shades together, back and forth. Very light motions. Okay. I'm gonna darken it up a little bit more, try to darken it up a little more with the Mini Booster Sonia G brush. And I'm picking up Exotic, the same shade. And I'm just going back and forth with these two shades to create that gradient effect so it doesn't look so harsh of green and blue. We need to make it melt together, if that makes sense. All right. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go on the inner corners with the Limoncello shade. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna use the other side of my MAC 242 brush for that Limoncello shade. And also do the same thing and spray that with the MAC Fix Plus. And I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of Fake Tan, that matte shade, and pick it back up on my Wayne Goss number 17. Go ahead and just lightly build some more. I feel like we lost some of that pigment. Okay. And I will go ahead and clean up this eye off camera, finish the other eye off camera, and then I will be back to start on my face makeup. I forgot to mention at some point during this tutorial, and I'm not sure which point I did it, but I went ahead and shaded underneath my eye in the same pattern of the shades that I used from left to right. Or is that right to left? I'm not sure. You get what I'm saying. So it started out with the darker green exotic shade on the outer corner underneath just a little bit, and then about to this point. And in the middle part of my eye, I used the Mint Frost shade and then Limoncello on the inner corner underneath. And yeah, that's it. First, for my face, I'm gonna go in with my primer, which today I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. And this is going to make my face tacky and give the foundation something to grip to. Okay, now once that's on there, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Cover FX blurring primer. I got this in a, let's see, a BoxyCharm a long time ago. I'm not even sure if Cover FX makes the exact same one, but if they don't, it would be really sad because this stuff really does work and makes your pores disappear. And I use this only in the center of my face, so like on my nose, my chin, and in the center of my forehead, and I just kind of wipe it out. All right, and next I'm going to go in with my Milk, let's see, what is this called? Flex Foundation Stick. Looks like that. Don't know if you can see that. And I have mine in the shade light medium. Okay. And I wanted to test out, this is new to me, but not, well, I guess technically the style of the brush is new, but the Sigma F80 is not a new brush in general, but they just came out with these for Pride Month, and it's so cute. So I wanted to test this out because I've never used Sigma brushes before. And actually the concealer brush I used today, the Cut Crease E62, was my first time using this one also, and I really loved how that one worked. So I'm excited to see how this is gonna do. Okay. Right, that's probably enough. Make sure I really get it in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and buff in the foundation with the Sigma F80 brush. Seems to be working really well. I'm so used to using a beauty blender, so this is strange to me. I haven't used a brush in a long time for foundation. Let me clarify. I use brushes all day, every day, but foundation, I'm so used to going in with a beauty blender. It's a nice change. Seems to be blending it out quickly. And that foundation is kind of funny to blend out too because it's a stick. I don't know, it's like kind of thicker than what I usually wear. I usually tend to go for the medium natural finish type foundations. So I'm not sure if this is a medium. I think it is, but I don't know. The formula of it is kind of thick, so I always find it takes a little more work to really blend it out than I would with my liquid foundations. Okay, so let's see what the yeah, it's pretty even to me. I like it. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the new Kosas concealer. It's the Revealer concealer. I really like this formula. It's so yellow, and it works for me because I'm neutral, but I can do yellow undertones because I'm like neutral warm. Like I can do either. But yeah, it seems like from what I read, everyone that it doesn't work for, it's too yellow, and every shade is yellow. Every single shade is yellow undertone. So if they could just, come out with more undertone range, then it would be probably, a hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit under my eyes. That's the only place I want it, because this is not a brightening concealer, but it is a really nice concealer in that it does what it's supposed to do. and hide the darkness under my eyes. And it leaves it looking hydrated, I guess is the best word I can think of to tell you. I guess it maybe adds a slight brightness. Okay. And you see what I mean by the way that it just looks hydrated. It looks good. Like it makes it doesn't look like I just put concealer on. I don't know, it looks not cakey at all. So I really like this formula. It's really nice. Probably my top 2 favorite concealers, next to that in the Giorgio Armani. I really like that one too a lot. It's got a nice creamy consistency. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna put on, we're gonna try the, well, I've already tried this. It's not new to me, but it's fairly new. The Fenty Beauty Cream Cheeks Out Bronzer, and I have it in the shade Macchiato. I also have it in Butter Biscuit, and I do like that one too, but the Macchiato is the vibe I'm feeling today. And I'm gonna use this brush. It's let's see, the Airbrush Stipple Elf brush. I think it's like $10, and you can order it on Ulta. And this thing, I mean, see the tiny hairs on there? It picks up cream so perfectly, cream products, and I was so scared before, like, to really play around with cream products, but I'm also not a fan of my skin looking dried out and cakey, and I feel like with creams you just look glowy and dewy, which that's the look we're going for. So all right, let me stop talking and put this on. Already I can see a sheen. It's so soft of a it's so pretty. You can see this side to this side how much this bronzer gives you life. Literally. Oh man, that is pretty. So, and if you feel like you went too ham in there, you could always take a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, and go over this, stipple it over on top of the work that you did so that it diffuses it out a little bit more and makes it a little softer. But I'm looking for a bronze, so I'm going in there. I mean, you can build and build and build, and it does not look bad at all. This is amazing. Oh my god. Probably my favorite bronzer ever. Okay, so I just take this and kind of pat it a little bit over, just to kind of help blend it in some more. Don't want any harsh lines. All right. The next thing I'm gonna use is the Fenty Cream Blush, and I have one in the shade, well, I actually have quite a few of them, but today we're gonna go with the Fuego Flush shade, and I'm gonna pick that up on another one of those brushes, the e.l.f. brush. So let's see what this looks like paired with the Macchiato bronzer. Oh, I already love it. It screams summer. I mean, we're quarantined and everything, and we're not going anywhere, but we can at least still feel like it's summer, right? Like, just make some pretty summer looks. Oh man, that is pretty. All right. And I'm just kind of diffusing that out a little bit. Okay, I just realized the whole time I'm going like back and forth. I'm gonna figure this out, you guys. I'm not sure if you're catching everything that I'm doing or you can see everything that I'm doing. I'll find out later when I go to edit this. Okay, the next step, I don't really use too much powder as much as I used to since I've discovered how amazing cream products look on you, on your skin. So what I'm gonna do is take my Shiseido, what is this? Synchro Skin Loose Powder. Okay, when I first got this powder, I was not a fan. It's like this little powder puff and this, it's like a weird cloth like netting thing, and that's like, it dispenses just a little bit of powder. So I wasn't a fan of that at first, but I didn't know like how I was gonna use it or how to use it because I was not using this. What I do now is I take like a little, okay, so this one in particular is the JH05 brush. I don't know why, so I really like this to buff with. So what I do is I take a brush like this and I just like press it into there and it gets the perfect amount of powder on here. And then, you know, I just buff over what I did just to make it like melt together, make the color, the blush, the highlight, the bronzer and everything melt together. And then I do the same thing at the top and it just makes it look so seamless when you're done. And it doesn't take a lot. I didn't do highlight yet. I usually do that before I do that step that I just did, but it wasn't a cream highlight, it's a powder highlight, and I wanted to set the cream products before I went in with the powder highlight. So today I'm gonna use the Brain Freeze palette from Jeffree Star, and I'm gonna use the Gold Breaker shade, which is that one right there, the middle one. Okay, and I'm gonna use the JH09 from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush set to use for my highlighter. Okay, I'm gonna tap that off. All right. Just put a little bit of highlight. Okay, I said a little bit and then look at me piling that shit on. Oh, I forgot how pretty this is. Oh, good me. Rediscovering makeup in my collection because this palette came out, what, last summer? Yeah. Jeez. Okay. And then I like to take a little bit on my finger and do it on the top of my lip. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go with my buffing brush again and just kind of buff that out a little bit because I did put a lot. Go ahead and get a little bit more powder on there. And if you feel like you lost some of that cream glowy effect, I go back in sometimes, like once I do that buffing situation, and just added that a little bit more just to kind of bring back that glowiness. Can we see that? All right. And, oh, lips, that's what I'm forgetting. Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil in Buff first. Let's see. Christy shade in the Matte Trance lipstick. And that's what the packaging looks like. It's so pretty. And I have it in Peach Perversion, which came in the kit. And this is the finished eye look. I'll go ahead and zoom you up real quick so you can see. This is the Natasha Denona Tropic palette we used. And this looks summery to me. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more. And yeah, see you next time.